I could represent both Senegal and Sierra Leone. I bring warm greetings from the friendly people of Sierra Leone to you all today. The name is Conrad Saki. I'm the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. Sierra Leone is a very small country of about 8 million people. And we've had some serious shocks in the past. We've had an 11-year of civil war. We've had a pandemic of Ebola, and then, like everybody else in the world, we had COVID. As a result of these shocks, Sierra Leone has suffered from learning loss. And as a result of that, the impact of that is that our kids experience learning poverty, the inability to be able to read and comprehend. Now, I also have to mention the fact that the world is faced with some difficult financial situations. And as a result of that, it affects governments being able to respond to some of the challenges that we face. However, we do have a very strong political will in Sierra Leone, and as a result of that, our government have decided to commit itself to developing human capital. We have made an allocation of 22% of our meager budget to make sure that this happens. And we have initiatives, something called the Free Quality School Education, which means that all of our kids, from pre-primary right on to senior secondary education, go to school free of charge. They don't have to pay exam fees. We provide teaching and learning materials to all schools. We provide nutrition in the form of free quality school, in the form of free school meals. But this is a commitment that the government has made. But the challenges that we are faced with are enormous. And so in order for this money to go very far, we have focused our energies on actually foundational learning, like many other countries here present. Now, in terms of foundational learning, we have defined it slightly differently from other countries. So this is the way we've defined it. Literacy, numeracy, socio-emotional skills, civic-mindedness, and digital skills. Civic-mindedness to respond to the challenges we had in the past. Digital skills, because we believe that this is a bridge to get us to the 21st century. And as we commemorate the year of education in the African continent with the theme, preparing the African fit for the 21st century, we have decided that in our educational interventions, our kids should acquire 5 competences, which we call the 5 C's. And they are comprehension, the ability to be able to read and understand, computational skills, the ability to be able to problem solve, creativity. We've seen what has happened with the sister country of Nigeria in terms of their creative industry. So we want to teach our kids to be creative. Civic-mindedness, which runs through our educational system. And last, but by no means the least, critical thinking. Now, in order for these things to happen, let me just share with you very quickly, a couple of enablers. One is teacher training, and we are focusing our teacher training in terms of teaching at the right level and structural pedagogy. But in terms of a target, we are also looking at remuneration for those kids that cannot meet the benchmark. 2, we provide 1-year compulsory pre-primary education, so we're expanding that facility. 3, developing a structured national assessment unit so that we can develop formative assessment to assess our kids as they go through the process. We're also developing curriculum packages in both all the subjects that I mentioned earlier. And last but by no means the least, if we're going to succeed, we need to engage parents and the community to also make sure that this happens. Let me end up, like everybody else who have been to all the workshops, technology is that pillar that will take us to the 21st century. I thank you very much for listening.
So now we will